Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez back again. This will be my second attempt at producing this video because my voice recorder sort of went on me. So we'll give it a try. I see that it is recording right now and I see a good level on my voice. So we'll continue. Have you considered buying a used printer, and why? Why would you even consider that? Well, one good reason would be that it's looking pretty glum out there, pretty grim also. Printers that are coming out in the next year or 2 years or 3 years may not have any kind of third-party support if you want to go that route. If you are an OEM guy or gal, then no problem whatsoever. Stay tuned. New printers will come out. Look at all the hype videos that will be out there and pick the one you want. But if you're thinking, like a lot of us who watch these videos here, in the use of third-party inks, then you better be a little bit more cautious. There may not be anything out there coming out soon that will allow you to run third-party products. The most difficult thing, of course, is the chips. And chips have to be produced, you know where. They have to be able to circumvent all of the protections that these printers come installed with. P800 at this point has the ability to install a specific type of firmware that renders the printer basically chipless. That's what it's called, chipless solutions. So it will just report ink levels as always being full. That might be fabulous, but you really have to be careful and keep a really close eye on your ink levels and also your maintenance cartridge levels, because you have to constantly, top off those cartridges and constantly check to make sure you're not overflowing with generated waste ink. All right, this one here, the only thing available right now is single-use chips or disable ink monitoring. And the same thing, when you disable ink monitoring, you will have no ink levels indicated. You will have to weigh those cartridges. Those cartridges don't have a translucent side. You cannot see how much ink is inside. You better know what an empty one weighs, and you better know what a full one weighs so that you know how much ink to add. Okay, they will not be declared empty at all. Okay, you don't want to continue printing with no ink in your cartridge, because when you have no ink level indicator, that's what's going to happen. All right, so what do you do? Well, if you're looking for a used printer, just like a used car, just like a used anything, good condition. So lucky for us, all of these printers with LCD screens allow you to dig deep and find how many sheets or prints have passed through the printer. Okay, you're looking for the lowest number. Most printers like the P800, 15 to 20,000 prints is about the so-called duty cycle. That's what they refer to it as. It may be more, it may be less. I really don't know what it is. I don't think I will ever print 15,000 prints. My 3800 over there, it's got 17,000 prints and it's still printing. So there you go. But you want something maybe under 1,000. If you can find something like that, nab it. But if it's been sitting around, just like I discussed in my last video, for say a year or two, being that it is a stationary cartridge printer, there's going to be ink on the lines, ink on the dampers, ink on inside the printhead, and all of that pigment has been settling while it was sitting in that garage for 1 to 2 years maybe. So you will have to run an ink recharge. If you're using third-party inks, it will cost you some money, but it's not going to be as expensive as recharging the system with OEM, okay? Because you have to push out all of that old ink. That old ink that's been settling down and becoming stronger and stronger as time passes causes horrendous color balance problems. You will never be able to really solve that until you push out that ink. What about mechanical rollers? Okay, the rollers have to be able to transport the paper without any kind of problems. And often that will be affected after a printer sits for a long while, especially in a dusty environment. Okay, so if you go through Craigslist and you have a local seller that will allow you to come over and look, you're lucky. Never deal by mail like I did. Okay, I was taking a chance every single time I did that. So go see the person. If it's in a shop, so much the better, because they're not going to want to move that printer to a local parking lot by the 7-Eleven for you to come over and perform your transaction there. You can come over, check it out, make sure that it's firing on all nozzles, make sure that there's no banding, make sure that the head is aligned properly. And if it's been sitting for a while, that's your problem. You have to worry about pushing that ink out. But as long as it's printing 100%, you're good to go. As long as the mechanicals are still good, the rollers are transporting paper correctly without any kind of misgrabbing of paper, or maybe grabbing 2 or 3 sheets at a time. That can happen. Skewing, that type of thing. You got to look out for that. Examine the printer interior. Make sure that it is clean. If it looks like a royal mess, turn around and walk out and keep looking. Be careful, because once you buy a printer from a seller on Craigslist, you're going to end up taking them to court if you want to pursue a problem. It's really a done deal at that point, and you're really buying it as is. So be careful when you do that. So anyway, the reason you would want to do that, of course, is to pursue your habit of using third-party inks. Whether that's a good habit or bad habit, I'm not here to judge. But if you want to continue doing that, then you're going to have to choose a model that is freely able to use those types of products. P800, if you can find one from someone who maybe got mad that they have to use OEM and they sell it to you for like $300, oh, that's an excellent buy. Get it, and then pay $60 to upgrade to a chipless firmware. You're good to go. In fact, before you do that even, if they have been running only OEM, you can buy a set of refillables. It will allow you to initially run on those refillable cartridges until one goes empty. And at that point, then you install that firmware. You're good to go. From that point on, it'll just read full all the time. And because the cartridges are transparent or translucent, you will be able to see exactly how much ink is in them at all times. Keep them topped off as well you can. Never allow them to go beyond empty, because that will introduce air in the lines, and no, you don't want that nightmare. You do not want that. So a P800 in those conditions would be fantastic. Next step down would be a 3880. Okay, if you want to go larger capacity, I wouldn't even consider a 4800, but the 4880. Anytime you have the 80 added to the number, that means it uses vivid magenta, which is an actually better inkset for the ultra chrome system for Epsons. So again, it's just a matter of, like buying a used car. Don't just buy it. Take it to a mechanic, have them look at it. They'll tell you, oh, this car is a lemon. Don't buy it. You have to do this yourself. You have to go there, check out that printer, make sure that it looks like it's been well taken care of, okay? And then run it in place. And then if it passes your bar, if you will, then go ahead and finish the transaction. Take it home and enjoy it. It may require some tender loving care, but at the end of the day, you will have a printer that not only will allow you to use the third-party products you're so raving mad about, but also maybe larger capacity that you didn't previously had, better results that you didn't previously had. And so that is the only thing that I have to offer. These printers, they're going to be gone in the next few years. Okay, I'm sure the new versions will come out and they will stop producing. Pro 1 no longer being produced. As much as I love that printer, it is a dead horse. So Pro 10, lucky for us, they're still available. Pro 100, still available with rebates. So again, grab those. And those printers freely can use third-party ink products. Okay, no need to look for those used, okay, because you can get them in really good deals today and every other day. So that is it. I didn't want to make this too long. Now, the next video I'm going to do, and I want you to take a look at this. This is my outline. 2 pages. Okay, it's going to be long, so get ready. I don't have the throat right now to begin to even record this video, but that's going to come later on this week. And basically, everything that I know about the Pro 1000, everything that I have experienced so far, about the Pro 1000, some of the features that it has that they don't even tell you about, but are features that are only found in the really, really expensive models. And they incorporated those features in a little desktop model like this. Little, I say, because relatively speaking, it is quite small compared to the larger floor models. But anyway, that's going to come this week later on when I get my throat back. Thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, and liking. Continue to join my Facebook group. That group is blowing up, and it is the best place to find information about photo printing. I almost don't even participate because all of you guys that join up are helping each other out. And I just simply love it. Thank you so much. Happy printing, everyone. Bye-bye.